Hello, Papercut here, back with another replay review. This time we have Space Man Spiff, in which there were 8 people named this, so it took a little second finding you on the game finder because it is a very basic system. He plays Biz, he floats high gold, low plat, and he feels like his gameplay has stagnated recently. So he asked for this replay review on my Discord because he really felt like he needed, the next little bit of advice to push his gameplay. He feels like the only time he wins is in early castle when he gets that big push in Biz from their golden horn, and their eco upgrades really come through in castle. And he just struggles to finish games. So he's playing against Ayyubid here. We're going to see how it goes. 35-minute game, so I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, because oftentimes these games can be decided early on. And oftentimes at this level, at the gold plat level, we're really just working on how does our Dark Age into Feudal into Castle feel. That's what we really need to get good at. Ooh, you got the Vangarian Guard statue. Nice. Let's see how it rolls. So as we open up here, let's talk Biz strategy. The Grand Winery opening that a bunch of pros worked on, and then BC kind of made famous of his video, is super good. Technically, it can be difficult to pull off for someone of lower elo, but it's just so good. The cisterns give you so much eco bonuses. The safe farms provide you the mercenaries and the get back ability and safe food. So business has a lot going for it. But you're right, that early castle is such a good moment for it, because with the cisterns, they can produce units faster. Look at that production speed increase. And any civ that gets production speed increase gets so many bonuses from that, because you can hit castle and immediately start making castle units with no slowdown. So that's what really makes them strong. They can go from hitting castle to having 18 Vangarian Guard at your doorstep in minutes, which is really hard to deal with. So you'll often see people against you go hard feudal aggression, because the belief is you have to keep them off berries, and you have to slow down, not let them get to castle and do damage. So you're going to expect a lot of feudal pressure. So when you have this frontal Grand Winery, it's kind of dangerous. Or 2 people go super fast naked castle and then try to just overwhelm you with knights. When I've seen Ayyubid players do really well against Biz, I was watching some high level play for tips on this matchup, and the Ayyubid player rushed castle and then dropped stables near the opponent's base, and then so they could get there that much faster. Just show up instantly, ghulams and camels, and just ran them down. So I don't know if that's gonna happen to you. This is gold plaque level, but we'll see how this rolls. So good early scouting, get some good sheep. Your build is clean. You obviously use the build order. That's the problem when you play against civs that can sit on berries early, is that they can kind of scout the whole map. I like how you cut them off of your scout to try to get some sheep nearby. A tower on your berries here wouldn't be the worst move, because he's going to get that free Desert Raider if he does military wing. So you want to check to see what wing he's going. If you circle around, if it's the front left, it's military. He's not going military. He's doing economic to start. So the reason he would do this is because he just wants to get more resources to probably make his fast castle even faster. Though if I'm him, I'd probably still do military wing, just because that Desert Raider can be huge on these berries. So here's the thing. If you don't know the Abbasid, Ayyubid, how the House of Wisdom works, front left is always military wing. It's big, blocky, and it's like a shade of brown. Front right here is always economic, which is like the thinner tower. Back like in this middle area right here is culture. It's the tallest one, very tall, and then the short stocky one that's going to be in this area is trade. Now Ayyubid, the issue is that they have 2 options for each, but they're pretty much the same every single time. And then for Abbasid, if the big one you need to know, if they do military wing, they're coming at you with 2 archers, 2 spears. But it's a nice little tempo for them because you have to defend. So him getting rid of that tempo, I think, is just honestly not a great move for him. Archery range, interesting. I would not do archery range. Generally, the move for Biz is you want to do stables. You want to do stables because you can use horsemen to harass. And then you use your mercenary house to do your ranged. So your mercenary house will be longbows or javelin throwers. Usually longbows, because longbows are very good. And the second unit you get is Landschnitz. So that's Landschnitz. So that's just really good. What's nice is, though, since he's not doing military, you kind of have it free to just do your whole setup without much defense. But I wouldn't go archery range. I would go, one, if you rush with archers, all you have to do is make horsemen. I would rather do horsemen, which allows you to go and pressure his berries. You could pressure his berries, pressure his gold with horsemen really quickly. And then add in mercenaries. And you could probably just, if you're fast enough, you could actually get to him in before he goes to castle. But archers are slow and they're easy to kill. Unless you get a mass of them. So that's why I wouldn't do archers. Archers just feels like a weird choice here. Horsemen provide you better tempo. It's kind of key here. Love the economic upgrades. Keep it on the wood. And now, okay, so here's your problem. I think he saw you making units, which he did his scouts right here. So he responded by dropping stable archer range barracks, and now we're in a full feudal fight, which is, once again, pretty crazy. You don't really see Ayyubid players committing to this. Because the idea being is that if anyone really commits to a fair feudal fight with Biz, they will eventually lose because the mercenaries just win out. It's a huge issue. That's why people with Dark Age Rush, so early feudal fight, because if we just both get to set up in feudal and start fighting, you should, in theory, just get more units than him. But without that stable should scare you because now your archers are completely exposed. Now you're going Limitane. Are you gonna do the Keshik contract? I'm really curious what contract you go. You really need a blacksmith if you're gonna fight it out. Javelin thrower. It's a camel rider grenadier. I think Longbow's better. And that's the high meta pro consensus too. Is generally Longbow's better. And mostly I say that just for the second year. The Landsknecht is a huge bonus as well. Because in Castle, if you're fighting Hungarian Guard with a few Landsknecht in there, it just slaughters. It's just so good. While Javelins are tinky, I just think I think you're better set up with Longbows. The only time you really go Javelins is against Longbows. Like we're playing England, then you'd go Javelins. So this is frustrating because you have been scouting this whole time, and the second you saw him coming with those, you should have anticipated that he was going to your gold. In fact, the second you saw production, if I was you, I would have dropped a tower immediately on the gold. It's because you have your units placed well to defend your berries, so you want to pick which one. Are you going to defend your berries or you going to defend your gold? Well, you want to be at the front. That's better because you're defending your wood and your berries here. So if I was you, I would have dropped a tower immediately on your gold. With the wood you get, the stone you get naturally, you could have then got arrow slits, and then your gold villages are protected. So that's the thing. If you watch high level games, when they see an opponent start making any sort of cavalry, or they start pushing, they immediately drop a tower on their exposed resource, usually gold, because you just don't want to get pushed off like that. And you lost a villager too. Make sure you're adding more lumber camps as you dig deeper into the wood line here, so that you're not being slow on wood gathering. Two, he played this really well here. So he forced all your units down to stop this raid, and then he brought in this raid up top, which is once again why you don't want to split your forces this hard, or you should have at least split them fairly. Like he had 3 desert raiders, you didn't need to send this whole thing. But if you had a tower down here, you would never have to leave. You could have just stayed up here and then stopped this raid. Just making this big military, you should push. Like honestly, your military is way bigger than his. You've done 2 rounds, I think. Yeah, you've done 2 rounds of mercenaries. You have a lot of archers since the Limitane. I bet you have significantly more units than him. You have 28. He has 14. That's what I mean. Look how fast you outproduced him. Because the second your eco's up, you don't need more production. You're just producing quickly with your cistern. So you should push right now. You have a lot of units. Push. 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 Is he aging up? He's not. Just push. And this is a huge issue at this elo and below, where we make an army and we're very slow. But now you're walking out, but like you could have walked out way earlier, and put pressure. People make militaries and they kind of sit because we often overassume our opponent's strength. Realistically, he should not be able to outproduce you. No, keep pushing. You know what he's doing? He's trying to pull you back. And yes, this is kind of scary because that's horsemen and desert raiders. Just put all these guys in your TC. Put all these guys in your TC and then run the rest over here. And then rally next to your TC. Like if you just keep making Limitane and desert raiders and javelin throwers and archers and just put him here, he will run around your TC and then you catch him, and then with the TC fire and your units you kill him. This is an overreaction. He saw your force and is trying to draw you away. You should keep pushing. Just as he can do eco damage, you could walk in right now and just slaughter his villagers. He's all over the map. So don't take the bait. Your defense is good. Put these villagers in TC. Run these villagers around the backside and drop a lumber camp here. And this is what the nice thing about this wood wall is: you can play either side of the wood wall if you're getting attacked like this, and just rally your next set of units right next to your TC, and you'll be fine. This is an overreaction. He's trying to buy time, and why you chasing? You'll never catch him. Like, you got these, but you're playing to his game here by just running around. Good, we need these walls earlier, right? All right. Okay, good. So you stop the raid, but do you see how much time he bought? He bought himself like a solid 3 minutes just doing that. So now he has his next force, and once again, he's not aging up yet, but he's setting up his farms, which is really silly by him. Like, he could have been with all that he was doing. He really should have been all over the map. Like, he should have been on these berries. This deer, he could have been on this deer, this berries. So his eco should be way better. He is dropping a second TC, which is pretty big for him. Okay, we gotta do damage here. It sucks is, if you come on the opposite side, you would have seen his TC, and you could burn this TC, no problem. But that TC dies super fast. You did kind of lose your scouting here. Like, you were scouting, and then you just kind of stopped scouting. So you didn't see the things he was adding. 27, 12. So, here's the thing. You're about to go castle, which is actually good for you. It's fine. If you had just kept making units and dropped rams and gone, I think you win. Like, you have so many more units. Your eco's well set up. You just drop more you have so much wood. You just drop more production. You just keep making units. You drop a couple Kairosophons and you just go. And I think you win that. Like, how do you tell that? You tell that because you look at what your opponent has and what you have. You just did it. You killed some villagers. You killed a lot of his military. And you go, oh, I can fight that. Like, I have enough to fight that. You just go for it. And through the reps of trying these aggressive strategies and going for it, you learned when you can and cannot. But you learn that by doing. You learn that by trying. No, don't get me wrong. There's no shame in going castle and then waiting, driving more production. But the second you hit castle, it needs to be pure Vengarians, and you have to go. Where lack of scouting means you never saw the second TC. Your eco will still hold up pretty well, but the longer this game goes, the worse they'll get for you. Any upgrades? No. Wait for upgrades. Wait for upgrades. Wait for upgrades. Wait for upgrades. Please wait for upgrades. Why? Why are we pushing again? You're getting your castle units. Also, Vangarian Guard. You want to go... No. You want to go pure Vangarian Guard. Because he has nothing that kills Vangarian Guard. His Desert Raiders don't kill it. His Spearmen don't kill it. His Horsemen don't kill it. Pure Vangarian Guard. Slaughter here. All you have to do is go pure Vangarian Guard and you win. And that's choosing the right unit, right? You're going spears because you see horsemen, you're protecting your ranged, but like once you hit castle, he can't stop your castle units. Just make Vangarian Guard. And that's identifying what's your power spec. Your power spec is Vangarians, especially if you hit castle first. He can't stop him. He can stop everything else you have. Now he's castle. And you kind of lost your advantage here. Like, you hit castle first, you could have made a bunch of Vangarian Guard, and then the second you got here, you could have pushed in, and even though he hit castle, you're now rampaging through your Vangarian Guard, and he's in a pretty bad spot. But you didn't, and now he can start making crossbows and gulams and do okay. You also, at any point, can add in a second TC. As you start building more buildings and you get more stone and you see you have a bunch of stone, go ahead and add in a second TC. Just for the eco. And then you see the second TC. The second you saw this, honestly, all you needed to do, and now you're seeing the siege workshop, that should be a big sign to you. And now he's massing Gulams. And see, that's why it didn't make sense that you went pure archers again, because you should have anticipated he was also going castle. And you should just start making crossbows. Crossbows, Vangarian guards, and javelin throwers, you're good to go. I like your grabbing relics, but the second you saw the second TC, everything should have been rallied over here, and you're trying to kill that second TC. I mean, you have two good attack points, right? Either take out the second TC, or you could burn his production. Either of those things are good. I would poke, kill these vills. But it also should tell you're behind now on vills. So you have 53, he is 72. And so once again, he's delaying because he just knows the longer he delays, the better it is for him. The second you saw the second TC, you could also go second TC yourself. You really want teardrop shields, by the way. Teardrop shields are very, very good. Good Vil kills. Oh, these Vil kills are delicious. So this worked out really well. So you attacked from one side. You're attacking from two sides at the same time, which is great at getting these Vil kills. I do not like you attacking the TC of all these javelin throwers. If this happens, it's like, oh, I can't actually kill this TC now. Run the javelin throwers through. Like, ranged raids like this are really powerful because they can hit villagers running away. So all you need to do is just walk through this basically and just keep A. So you like right click A move, and they'll just keep poking at villagers. And you just want to use this time to kill as many villagers as possible. This attack over here is really good as well. I like how you immediately charge. The Manganique's beautiful. You're killing vills. 55. You're getting back close. I do not like you walking away here. You are pushing an advantage. All you got to do is just ignore the Gulams and just keep, like, look what you did. You walked away and then you left, and now he's back on wood again. And he can be on these farms. If you're sitting here with javelin throwers, you're just killing these vills or keeping them off resources. Instead, you let him live by doing that. Second, he sneaked out to other resources. How do I know if he stuck off to other resources? Generally, by the 15 to 20 minute mark, the opponent's original gold is out. Like, their first gold is dead. So you have to ask yourself what other goal they have to be at. I would have just grabbed like 4 or 5 units here and just checked these golds. You would have found his villagers, and that ends the game for him. Once he's out of gold, he basically loses. But he has to be on another gold, right? There's no way he can keep producing without gold. You're still making units, awesome. Found the gold, beautiful. Okay, just drop rams and go. Just drop more rams. Your eco's great. Look at your production here. You should do 2 rams each. 2 rams each. You have the wood for it. Okay, this is a huge... Whenever possible, go in with 2, even 3 rams. Because 1 ram is super easy to just rush and burn down. 2 to 3 rams ensures that you can get there and defend one of them. If you went on... You have the wood for it. If you did 3 rams on each side, I think you walk over him. Easy peasy. Uh-oh, Mangonels. And here's the thing. You saw him doing those earlier. You know he's making Mangonels. You have to make Springolds. Once again, you have the wood for it. The second you're doing this push and you see him drop siege workshops, you need to get Springolds. You can't sit here and let him make siege and you don't make any. Which is once again where Vangarian Guard come in. Vangarian Guard are super good at just rushing siege. So if you're not a big siege person, please learn how to... You just gotta learn how to do siege. It sucks, but drop siege workshops. If you make 4 Springolds, you rip through these Mangonels. But also just getting a massive Vangarian Guard who can just rush past and dive the Mangonels is huge. Because now they're gonna come over here, and this is where the game starts to end for you. You're losing all of your beautiful range mass to unguarded Mangonel fire. And you lost one of your big advantages here, which is you were fighting him on 2 sides, and now he's rushing out for resources. You did kill the second TC, though, so, like, you're still in a pretty good spot. But it's the Mangonels. Yeah, man, it's the Mangonels. And you're still not making Vangarian Guard, which is blowing my mind. But look, you have the resources to make 8 Springles. Like, you can just mass Springles right now. And you're not doing it. Like, you're not countering what he's making. And now he's getting an unstoppable siege mass. He's gonna get Springles now, and you're gonna really struggle to get back into this. You need 4 Springles, basically. Nice catch on his gold over here, though. Like, all you need to do, stop running forward. Stop running forward. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so when you're into a defensive position like this, you don't fight. You have to wait. So you need to put all your units here, back behind the TC, and you need to wait till you have 4 Springles. And when you have 4 Springles, you have 2. You put them into 2 groups, 2 for each group, because it takes 2 Springles to snipe something. And you have 1 Springle to snipe each of the other Springles he has, and then you just snipe down the mangonels. And the second you do, he's dead, because he actually doesn't have much army. He's relying completely on his mangonels. But if you keep walking out, he's just going to keep killing you. So you move these wood villagers to a wood line way over, like this one, or this one. You have to take your food villagers away for a second, which sucks, but you could rush out to the berries down here, which you know are down there. So you just run them down to the berries while you wait, and you wait and you get Springles. And you can do this as Biz. Biz, you have the best comeback ability because of your production speed. So just wait till you get Springles. And see what he did? He rushed your Springles, and you rushed his siege, and now you're good to go. You had to get rid of this. Gold, where's your gold? I think you stopped making villagers. Now you're making them again, but you stopped for a minute. So at this point, it's just about gathering yourself, getting ready to fight. Let's stop this mixed comp. Let's go pure Vangarian Guard. Pure Vangarian Guard and crossbows. Get 3 or 4 Springles, drop some rams, and just freaking go for it. The thing is, you see him keep dropping 2 TCs. You can assume he did it again, if he did. And you never added your own TC, which you could. Look, you have the resources for it. Just drop a second TC. Up your villager game. You're at 73 right now. He's at 80, which your raids have done great at stopping him, but how's his unit production? You're at 74. He's at 39. So once again, you're just out producing him unit-wise. You just can't lose to some siege. Yeah, he's going pure siege again. He has to. You found his villagers over here. You're doing a great job just searching resources. I'm gonna drop a keep. Whoa, what do we see there? He went mass horseman. Interesting strategy. So he's gonna go Springlets and mass horseman and try to kill your Springlets. You just have to defend your Springlets. Oh, he's gonna go raid. Mangonel, shoot the Mangonel, shoot the Mangonel, shoot the Mangonel. Oh, you clean up that raid super easy. Oh no, why'd you quit? The game wasn't over. Game was not over. You had been killing villagers that was a frustration quit if I ever saw one. Game was not over. You had him, you lost the fight, but Biz, you just keep making units, You had to keep in the center, make more Springlets. You killed his horseman raid. You're killing his villagers all over the place. Drop a second TC, keep making units, and you're fine. You just gotta keep refining it. You need Springlets. Add your own mangonels. Because he had a huge crossbow mass there. So if you just make your own mangonels, you kill that. But yeah, I hope that review was helpful for you. It's just timing, decision making, like making rams, pushing, things like that. So I hope what you got from that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.